David, a 32-year-old accountant living in Accra with his wife Amara and their two children, Kabi and Ada, carried the weight of bills, a struggling business, and fatherhood with quiet determination. Their modest home lacked luxury, but overflowed with love. That peace was disrupted when his nephew, Chinedu, arrived from Nigeria. David's sister, Ngozi, a bitter single mother of four abandoned by her husband, begged him to take in her son. Though reluctant, David agreed, believing it was his duty as family. Amara, with her gentle faith, supported the decision, insisting that God would provide. When Chinedu stepped into their home, his coldness was evident. 14 and withdrawn, he barely acknowledged David's welcome, scanned their cracked ceiling and patched furniture with disdain, and answered Amara's warmth with curt replies. He refused to bond with Kabi, rolling his eyes at the boy's attempts to play. At meal times, he ate in silence, offering nothing of himself. Amara noticed his attitude, but tried to be patient. She asked him to help with chores, but he did so grudgingly, splashing water around the kitchen and sulking. David dismissed it as teenage shyness, but Amara's instinct told her something darker was stirring. Unbeknownst to them, every night Chinedu was busy on his phone, weaving lies to his mother. He claimed David and Amara starved him, overworked him, and treated him like a servant. Ngozi, already nursing jealousy toward her younger brother, embraced every word, feeding her bitterness and even sharing the false tales with her pastor in Edo. To her, Chinedu was a weapon, her eyes and ears in David's home. Weeks passed, and the lies deepened. Chinedu told his mother he was beaten, denied food, and humiliated. Meanwhile, in reality, Amara gave him equal portions, sometimes even more than Kabi. David bought him clothes despite their financial struggles. But Chinedu twisted kindness into cruelty. The turning point came when a pastor from Benin phoned David, accusing him of mistreating the boy. Shocked, David denied it, insisting the pastor visit Accra to see the truth. When he confronted Chinedu, the boy admitted telling his mother the food is small, but with an expression of defiance that shook David. Amara wept. They had welcomed him with love, and he was tearing them apart with lies. The household darkened. Kabi asked, "Daddy, why is cousin Chinedu always angry?" David had no answer. Chinedu mocked their poverty, shoved Kabi during play, and spat venomously. "You're not my father." David restrained himself from lashing out, but warned, "As long as you live under my roof, you will respect me." The climax erupted one Saturday morning. David asked Chinedu to wash his car. The boy sneered, "Why me? I'm not your houseboy." When David insisted, Chinedu screamed that he would tell his mother everything. Furious, David demanded his phone. A struggle ensued until David pried it from his hands. What he saw broke him. Message after message, lies about beatings, starvation, and mistreatment, sent not just Ngozi but to strangers and a pastor. Amara read them too, her tears falling as she cried. "This is how he repays us?" When confronted, Chinedu sneered, "You people are poor. My mother was right. You don't deserve respect." Shaking with rage and heartbreak, David ordered him out. Amara tried to calm him, but David's voice was final. "Pack your things." Tonight, Chinedu stormed out, dragging his small bag, leaving behind a household wounded to its core. The aftermath was bitter. Kabi asked where his cousin went. David replied hoarsely, "He won't be coming back." That evening, Ngozi called, screaming accusations. "You chased my son like a dog. You've always been jealous of me." David countered with anguish, "Ngozi, I pitied you. I took him in when you were drowning, and this is my reward." She cursed him and hung up, vowing revenge. Isolated from family, David sank into despair. But Amara's faith carried them. She prayed fervently, "Lord, vindicate us. Silence every tongue against us." Not long after, David received unexpected news. His struggling company had won a massive government housing contract, and he was put in charge of the finances. His diligence and honesty had finally borne fruit. When he told Amara, she wept with joy. "Do you see, David? God has not abandoned us." The tide turned. Salaries increased, opportunities blossomed, and their household was filled with laughter again. But Ngozi's bitterness only grew when she heard of their success. Then came an invitation to a family gathering in Benin. Amara urged David to go, not for them, but for us. Sometimes, facing the wound is the only way it can heal. Fearful but resolute, they traveled to Nigeria. At the gathering, whispers followed David, some admiring, others envious. When an elder thanked God for lifting him, Ngozi exploded. Before the whole family, she accused him of throwing out her son and mistreating him. Chinita backed her with venom. "He beat me, starved me, and treated me like trash." For the first time, David's voice thundered with unrestrained truth. "I fed you. I clothed you. My wife prayed for you like her own son. And what did you do? You spat on our kindness and filled your mother with lies." Amara rose, her voice steady. "Sister Ngozi, you know the truth. God sees it. We had nothing, yet we shared all. Your son destroyed our trust, but we will not repay evil with evil." The compound was silent. Chinidu faltered under David's piercing gaze, unable to answer when asked directly if he had ever been beaten or starved. Then Uncle Moses, the eldest, declared, "Enough. David has spoken truth. Ngozi, your bitterness blinds you. If you do not let it go, it will destroy you." Shamed but unrepentant, Ngozi stormed out with Chinidu. The family elders later told David, "Sometimes peace is not reconciliation but release. You have done your part. Leave her to God." On their return to Ghana, David prayed, "Lord, I leave them in your hands. Bless them, even if they curse me." Slowly, prosperity grew in his home, but more importantly, peace returned. He learned that healing doesn't always come from apologies, but from rising above hurt. When Kabi later asked, "Daddy, why don't we visit Brother Chinidu?" David replied gently, "Sometimes people we love hurt us, but we still love them from afar. One day, when God touches their hearts, maybe we will see them again." And with that, the chapter closed not in revenge, but in quiet victory. David realized the greatest triumph wasn't proving his enemies wrong, but protecting his home, keeping his peace, and glorifying God through resilience and love.